So about a year ago I wrote down 6 or 7 goals I wanted to achieve. And I said to myself, once I achieve these goals, I will be the happiest person I've ever been. It's been a year and I have achieved those goals. Did they make me happier? No. You see, when we climb a new mountain or when we achieve a new milestone, we get used to it way too fast. And soon enough, we have a new objective in sight that makes us excited again. So it's kind of like this repetitive loop where we're constantly chasing a new goal. But if there's a loop, then that must mean there's some sort of a reward. Somewhere around this loop, we become happy. Does the happiness come from the goal itself, or does it come from the path you trace towards that objective? Let's say you have the goal of getting, I don't know, a six-pack. You're here and you want to get there. And you gradually start to lose a little bit of fat, you gain a little bit of muscle, and eventually you get the six-pack. Great, congratulations. But what now? 1 year goes by, 2 years go by, and eventually it's not special anymore. Because every single day you wake up and it's there, always. You start to take it for granted. Reminds me very much of when I'm in a car. You know, if I'm going at 60 miles an hour, I don't feel the speed. But if I accelerate from 0 to 60, you feel the acceleration, right? Your body goes like against the fucking seat. And so in life, the acceleration is very much the chasing of what we want to achieve. You're very happy once you finally get a six-pack. But after, the acceleration is gone, it becomes normal. And this isn't just about reaching a new goal in life. I remember when I was a kid, I would dream of getting the new PlayStation, right? Dream how excited I would be once I finally got it. And then I would get it for, I don't know, Christmas or my birthday, whatever it was. And I was super excited for like a month. And then the excitement just starts to drop off and drop off and drop off. Because every single day you come from school and it's there, it's available. You take it for granted because you know it's not going anywhere. So you're just like, oh yeah, it's not that special. I can play it anytime I want to. As the time passes, you just stop playing it completely. But adults experience this as well, Obviously not when they buy a new PlayStation, but for example, when they buy a new car, they were excited for that car. They wanted that car for months, maybe even years. And now they finally got it. And it's so cool, it curves fast, whatever it is that your car can do. But eventually, it just becomes your car. It just becomes your daily. And the funny thing is, the importance we give to a certain goal, it can only be restored if you lose it. You'll only want that six-pack as much as you wanted it in the beginning if you become fat again. And you'll only give your car as much importance as it had in the beginning if it gets stolen or lost. Now you're pissed because you took it for granted and you don't have it anymore. You experienced negative acceleration. As much as I hate to admit it, we can't do much about it, but we can do our best to change the way we perceive our world. The next time you see your car, don't just think, oh, that's my daily. No, remember how much you wanted it in the first place. And look, I know it's hard to be grateful for the same shit you've had for months or even years, but unfortunately, I really don't see another solution. Regrets. I swear to God, I hate that feeling with a passion. The reason I say this is because after something goes wrong, most people regret their past actions. Let's say, God forbid, someone you love left your life. Perhaps they died or they just decided to leave. Regardless of the reason, if you were grateful when they were by your side, you're still gonna miss them. But at least you won't torture yourself with the thoughts that you shouldn't have taken the presence of that person for granted. And it's such a simple fix as well, just be grateful. Because if you're grateful, you'll constantly remind yourself of how important that person is in your life, and you'll give them the deserved attention. Some people have the mindset that we should sacrifice the early days to reap the rewards in the future. And I agree with most of that. I just don't like the word sacrifice. Because yes, I believe we should work hard while we are young in order to, build our future self up. However, I also think it's extremely important to remember that we will never be this young again. I will never be 18 years old again. No matter how much success I achieve in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Once I'm 50 years old, I'll be jealous of some of the things that I could do when I was 18. Because whether we like it or not, there are people that are still alive right now when I'm 18 that won't be around once I'm 50 or maybe even 40. And I believe that sometimes we just fixate so much on the future stuff we want to achieve that we don't take a moment to stop and look around and really appreciate the things that we have right now that we won't have access to in the future. You know that question of like, would you trade lives with a 65-year-old billionaire? It's like, no. Why the fuck should I? Bro, I'm sure the 65-year-old billionaire is jealous of any 18-year-old. He would make the switch like that. All of this to say that sometimes it's very easy to place happiness behind the conquest of a goal. Oh, I'll be happy once I have that much money, or once I get that physique, then I'll be happy. When the reality is that you now have access to things that the future you would be jealous of. So instead of fixating on the things that you haven't yet achieved, give thanks for the stuff you already have. I believe that is the best balance that we could adopt. I hope that wasn't like too confusing. Sometimes we pay so much attention to what we want to achieve that we forget to appreciate the things, around us. But yeah, I hope this time the camera is still recording. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep striving for your goals. Peace out.